Guys, am I back on? Sorry, can I hear from you again, guys? Okay, it looks like I'm back on. Can I hear from you again in the chat? I'm sorry about this. This is a live session, and these are the we're talking about project management, and this is exactly what project management teaches you. That things can go wrong, especially when you're doing live. So I think I'm back on, and sorry about this. This is a live session, and we had a glitch. I cannot switch to a different link, Adil, because I'm using a setup which is Restream, and all right, I think you're all back. So let me very quickly. I was walking through the agenda. So the agenda is I was talking about the resources before we got disrupted. So there are a couple of resources that you need to understand that you should be able to go through, and those resources include something called a PMBOK guide. We'll talk about that. But there's another book which is more important than PMBOK guide, and that book is the student manual. So you might have never heard of a student manual. You might have heard of the PMBOK guide. So I'm going to explain to you, and you're going to understand today what's the difference between the PMBOK guide and the student manual. So so there you go. So once we talk about the resources, which is all the way through item number 5 on the agenda, uh, the PMBOK guide and the student manual, then we'll talk a little bit more about what is the exam about, what kind of questions do they ask you, what should be your approach in how you read the questions, how you analyze your questions, and more importantly, how you start filtering, analyzing the answers. You might have to do that in 2 rounds. Sometimes you have to eliminate a couple of answers, and then you're down to the 2 answers that you're looking at, and then being able to pick the better of the two. So did you notice I said better of the two? So sometimes you have more than one answer. All of those elements about the exam question is the 6th item of the agenda, which is the exam format and the questions. And finally, we will wrap up today's session by talking about what should be your journey. What are the things that will that it will take from you? How do you work on it so that by the time you complete your journey and you go for your PMP exam, that becomes the last step. In one go, you pass your PMP exam. So that's the agenda for today's session. And with that, before I start moving into the slides, can I quickly hear from you guys? Are you able to hear everything? Are you? Is my audio good? Are the slides readable? Is everything good? And I think there's a 5 second relay time between my live session and what you see. So if you find that I'm delaying my response to your question, it's probably because I haven't seen it yet. So just bear with me, and just can you interact with me now in the session? Okay, thank you. So I think Sandeep, I just see your I see your response now. All right. So let's move on, guys. And very briefly, who we are. We are Watershed Management Consulting. We provide project management training and leadership training. So and we are an you're here for the to understand the PMP. So we are an authorized training partner with PMI. So I think that's something that you should know. We Everything that we do at Watershed Management Consulting is been reviewed by PMI, and we are the ATPs. ATP stands for Authorized Training Partner with PMI. Uh, so that's now. If you are connected with me on LinkedIn, I think we are on LinkedIn. So I have a YouTube channel. If you just go to my profile on LinkedIn, I think somewhere on the top of the page on my LinkedIn profile, it will show you a couple of videos that I've posted, and it takes you to my YouTube channel. So as you get prepared for your PMP exam, you might want to watch some of these videos, even if you're not on your exam preparation PMP. uh, I'm just waiting to be reconnected. Uh, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch. I think I'm